Alright guys, quick video on how to use your Quizlet app. It's very important that you use this app between now and your STAR exam. So make sure you are using it daily, and any free time you have on your phone, be sure that you are using it. I'll put a link in the bottom to make sure that you are able to find the study set that we are using. So first things first, when you get into your application here, you're going to want to push the button that has the little cloud. That's going to allow you to download the set, download the entire set, and then you'll have it on your phone. You don't need internet. That said, there's two modes that I want to focus on today. There's the learn mode and there's the flashcard mode. And this also has, of course, the match game, which we referenced before. Let's go to learn right off the bat, and it's going to open up questions. We're going to go through these questions. There's 221 terms, so work through them. It's really cool how it progresses. So first things first, it's a matter of preference. So if I want to hear a question read to me, I have that option. I can turn on autoplay right there. If I only want to see multiple choice, I can do that option right there as well. I'm going to turn off the written. So normally it's on. I will turn off the written portion, and I will also turn off flashcards. So I want to do just multiple choice and move through, and I have both the term and the definition there. And so I will get the opportunity to answer it both ways so I can see it. So do you know the term and do you know the definition? So
name the colony.
This is the autoplay.
Slaves viewed and property and labor supply maintain way of life considered a state's right issue fugitive slave law.
So that's one way of doing it. If you want to make sure you if you have people around you don't want them to hear, you can go ahead and you turn off the audio version. But it's an option that is there for you if you need it. So I'm going to hit done. I'm going to go in. So it says Reverend, the leader, Boston Puritans, and the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut. I know the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut, that's Thomas Hooker. Got that one. Next. Proximity to Atlantic coastline determines where settlement and colonies were created. I would probably say physical geographic features because it's a map talking to me about how colonies were created. So there you go. Was key to spokesperson for the 19th century women's suffrage movement, Susan B. Anthony. And then this act allowed for the president to break up reservation land, which is held in common members. That was the last thing we studied. That was a Dawes Act. We broke up the land with the natives. All right. And then first written constitution of the colonies. I remember we just learned with Mr. Carmack the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut, the FOC, First Constitution. First Constitution. That would be the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut. Roger Williams, the founder of this colony. Looks like Rhode Island. So I'm going to go ahead and just answer wrong on purpose. I'm going to say randomly John Calhoun. I know John Calhoun's from South Carolina, but we'll just answer wrong on purpose. So look what it did. It gave me the colony name, told me I was wrong, and then it told me actually who John Calhoun was. And we'll see that question again later because we got it wrong. Name the colony, economic factor, property and labor supply, fugitive slave law. That's a southern colony. All right. Roger Williams, founder of this colony and the separated church. That's going to be Rhode Island again. All right. So it tells me I'm familiar with 7 of those. Next set. Limited national government, strict construction of the Constitution, agricultural economy. That's Federalist. Nope, wrong. It was a Democratic Republicans. And you can see here it goes through and it tells me actually who those Federalists were. So it's a great app to use when you're going through. Make sure that you are taking the time to actually go through these and try to apply some of your skills as far as annotation skills. But really, for me, this is about getting you to see this as many times as you can, get you as many at-bats in, and master these as many as you can, many of these terms. So here we go, agreement that established the idea of self-government. That's going to be the Mayflower Compact. And you get the point, guys. It's going to move through. The next one we're going to learn about is the flashcards. Okay, so we're back at our start menu, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into flashcards. And it has them listed here. These are our flashcards it goes through. Wanted an easier admission of Southerners back into the Union, except generals and prison guards. Uh, well, that would be, I think it was Abraham Lincoln. He wanted an easier admission in. Let's see if we got it right. Abraham Lincoln. We did get it right. Good. Next one, we're going to scroll. Reasons for removal and resettlement. United States settled in the South. These Indians were an obstacle the Indian nations thought standing in the way. I have no idea what that is. I have no clue. What is it? Oh, it's the Cherokee Indians. Okay, well, I don't know what that is, and I want to make sure that I see it again because I didn't get it. So I'm going to go ahead and star it. Now, look, when I start it, it lights up yellow all the way around it. All right, next term. Speech stated that no state can lawfully get out of the Union. Pledged there would be no war unless the South started it. Oh, gosh, I remember that. Oh, I think it was like Lincoln something. I can't remember it. Oh, what is it? I remember it was a speech. Lincoln's first inaugural address. All right, I'm gonna star that so I can get another at bat at that. You know, and that's a lot of words. And if you want to hear it how it sounds, you rather have it read to you.
This speech stated that no state can lawfully get out of the Union, but pledged there would be no war unless the South started it. This was what the Speaker thought about nullification and seceding.
All right, so there you go. If you want to hear it read, you can push that little microphone and it'll read it to you. But you know what? We got a few of them wrong. So let's go ahead and see what tools are available for us to go back and hit these ones that we missed that are already starred for us, right? So let's go up here to our menu option. Okay. And it's going to ask me, do I want to study with all the terms or do I want to just use the 11 that I starred? I don't know. All right, well, let's go ahead and do the 11 that we started so that we can get as many at bats on those as we can. So there they are. All of my yellow ones that are outlined that I missed are ready to go. And I'm going to get those as many times as I can until I get them right. The coolest thing is that you can just hit play up here, right? And it'll go through. Colonization. All right, that option there. You can do manual or you can go by play and run it that way. I also want to stress, guys, that I think what you should do is you should go ahead and go through all 211. Okay, burn through them, do them about maybe 30 at a time. Okay, and then do your star and get those down 30 at a time, and you do some more star. Either way, if you're going through them and you're hitting them all, I'm happy with it. So that is the flashcards. Make sure you're using them. And now the last thing that I want to hit with you guys before I close out this video is, of course, there is the match game and then there's the test. So you can just see where you're at against yourself, test yourself. You can see it'll ask you which ones you want to do. Multiple choice. Again, I suggest never doing the written because you're writing it out verbatim as it expected. It's not going to be good because if you make one spelling error, it counts it as wrong. So you can answer with the terms, or you can do instant feedback right away. You can choose how many questions that you do. I would suggest that you do a couple tests on yourself just to see where you're at. But then, of course, there's always the match game. And the match game is pretty cool because you can just go through and then you have to select them and try to match them up. There's, of course, settings up there for that as well. You can do also just your star terms, which I would highly encourage you do those because the starred ones are the ones that you need to master the most. You can use a term or the definition, and that is that. Guys, please, please, please use this study material so that you can ace this star test. A lot of it, yes, it is absolutely memorization, and it's a lot of dates, but you need to tell the story. Know the story, understand how they're related, how those connections work, and that's the big idea, understanding the story. But if you don't know the facts and you don't know those details, well then it's hard to tell the story. So make sure you use that repetition, get yourself as many at-bats so that you can make sure you have the best score. Thanks for watching this video and taking the time. Download the Quizlet app. It's on the App Store. And the link again is attached to this message. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm happy to answer them after class. And parents, if your scholar needs any help with this app, please feel free to reach out if you're not able to do so. Hope you all are having a great Easter weekend.